Hello, hello. Welcome back in. We're here for the college championships, and we have SLU up 2-0, dominating in that last game. There keeps seeming to be these moments of brilliance for Northwood, but SLU just beat them at every point otherwise, and it just seems right now that it's too daunting of a task for Northwood. So, Sheriff, before I toss it over to Shibby, I want to get your opinion of, is this going to be a 3-0? Are we gonna see a game one here by Northwood with how SLU have been looking?
It's looking like it. However, I hope that's not the case, as you always want to see a competitive series. Northwood at this point have kind of just been getting hands checked for most of the games. Surdy's been allowing the lane for free. Aaron's been getting kills early. Despite everything that Northwood just tries to throw at them, it's incredibly difficult for them to be able to overcome kind of the not the player difference, but the
style difference.
The style difference, exactly.
Yeah.
There has been some interesting draft adaptations. Hopefully, we're going to see something that's a little bit more different when they do. I believe they're swapping sides, so we'll see what happens there. Hopefully, you get Darkwings off of Talia, as it seems like he's just being super dominant on that champion. But other than that,
so we got to get Darkwings off Talia. We got to get Surdy off of Jax. We got to somehow do something about Aaron, and then we haven't even talked about Winnie. So, how many things can you do in the ban phase? That's the question here,
this
sir.
Many.
How much can they handle?
This many. That many.
That many?
That many.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if they're capable. It seems hard right now. It just seems like SLU are answering at every point. And Shibby, I know you have a little thing you've had set up for us. So
yeah. I've taken it upon myself. I know what Northwood need to do, guys. I know what they need to do.
Okay.
They've got to really put the chef hat on. They've got to really, I'm serious, guys. I'm serious. They've got to get the pan going. They've got to dump the eggs. They've really got to cook here. They've really got, we get the salt here. I need to see them cook these eggs and cook in the draft, guys. This is what they need to do here. They need to cook, guys. This is what they need to do. They need to cook. It's done. You're down 2-0. I'm head chef coming in. I'm Northwoods. I'm giving you the plans here. Throw a little bit. You know what? Crack some black pepper. Crack some Kindred in there. Some Karthus. I don't know, man. But they need to get cooking right now.
This is something I can get on board with because, I got some cooking here as well because I want to see it too. I want to see Northwood get this action, get some spiciness. I was talking about RBM's Kha'Zix. I want to see it here, Sherv.
I would love to see it as well. However, Kha'Zix does need some lane priority. So if they are going to do that, they would need to make sure that they are, able to have ISO in a stable matchup against Surdy. Hopefully we're not seeing
Shibby's not committed to the bit. He's not eating it.
Well, I mean, with that much salt he put in, I don't know. That might clog. That might.
That's coward's talk right here.
I'm saving it for later.
I get some food out. However, I had my snack before, so plus trying to cut down some few pounds summertime. So there's a lot of stuff that Northwood has to accomplish to be able to try and win a game. However, I do believe that they're capable of doing so. They have the players, and they've gotten this far for a reason. Hopefully they do. Get into the lab, start balancing some of the chemicals, throwing some stuff on the grill.
I should get my lab coat in here. We can definitely get into the lab that way. I do want to see the spice. I mean, I was calling it out. I think if ISO had gone Poppy in that game, I actually think that game's very different. He went back to the Maokai, and I get it's a safe thing that they can kind of swap around. It's okay if he gets behind. Poppy's similar, and I know ISO. ISO, I know you. I know you're capable of playing it. I've watched you for years. So please, go for something like this. I mean, even Lilia, out of the Lilia pick here for RBN, go for something that maybe does a little bit more of the carrying. I know the Vi Ari, that's the technique that has worked well in the past, but you need something that is going to be stopping these team fights from SLU. Because SLU, they've been cooking Northwood in these fights. They've been absolutely smoking them, Shibby.
Yeah, looking like the bear here right now. SLU is just absolutely on fire right now. And I think you shouted out the Kha'Zix. I mean, you're down 2-0. If you're Northwood, nobody expected you to be here. Nobody thought that you guys would make it top 4. I think you go crazy in the draft. Give me the Poppy. Give me something spicy. Refi, I'm going to ask you one time. Just give me the Katarina, baby.
Come on, that's what we want to see here, Northwood. You got top 4, RBM and ISO's last stand. Let them cook. Let them go crazy in this game. I want to see it here, Sherv. Are you with us? Are you with me and Shibby on this?
100%. If this is the way that you're going to go out, and this could potentially be your last game of collegiate ever, or the last game of your season, go out with a bang. Bring out the Katarina, bring out the Kazakhs, bring out Poppy, bring out the pocket picks that you didn't even think were possible. Just to throw some adaptations into the draft and throw something at SLU that they may not have seen before. That's where you're going to get your advantage here.
We're just all shaking our heads. We're ready. We want this. We want the power here. We want the craziness. We want the spice. We're getting ready for our draft. It is game 3, do or die for Northwood. Tournament lives on the line. This is their chance. They got to start here if they want that reverse sweep. I always keep memeing it. Yanni's not here. I've been getting all the 3-0s, so it is looking a little bad for Northwood just based off of superstition alone.
When the world needed him most, he's gone. He's vanished. He's trapped in a ball of ice right now. The last,
he's been put on ice for next year. We got Yanni on ice for next year. That way, he's ready for more reverse sweeps.
I'll try to be Yanni in the aggregate. Hopefully, we can.
Say go Birds.
Yeah,
go Birds.
Right. Go Birds.
All right, yeah, sorry, everybody. We are just waiting for the draft to start right now. So it is just taking us a moment. And while we have this moment, I just want to give a shout-out to our sponsors that we have for this, Gen G, Ole Miss, helping us bring this to your screens, as well as all the sponsors that we've had on GoFundMe, helping out Salty Runback Pod, put on this amazing broadcast, allow us to show everybody what the power of collegiate can look like and how good these teams can be. Yes, we got to see some of these players like SLU, Maryville in NACL, but getting to see them more, getting more action from them, really building up their careers. I love seeing that, especially when you have 2 players on Northwood. We know their careers, they're ending their collegiate run after this split, after this year, and now it's do or die for them. Can they continue that Cinderella story here? And we're getting into draft with a swap of sides.
It'll be interesting to see the adaptations on this draft specifically, just to see where the marksmen are going. Specifically, if Tilly is even going to be included in this game, and then even it's going to be tough to try and ban Vane on the red side for Northwood. So I do expect RBM's pool to be pinched again. I do expect Surrey's pool to be pinched again, just in a little bit different ways.
All right, so Kindred first ban. Not changing anything despite being on blue side for SLU. But the Forest going to be the first ban by Northwood. Definitely changing it up. Not going for the top lane bans that we've been seeing. The Vane, Camille, Twisted Fate that had been banned every game beforehand. But SLU was saying, you know what, it doesn't matter if we're on a different side. We know how good you are on these champions, and we are denying them all the way through.
Yeah, SLU giving the respect that we talked about, right? There was maybe a chance that they ego them in the draft. Maybe they give some stuff away, but SLU are taking this very, very seriously, and Northwood are going to maybe look to try a different strategy. Because I guess it doesn't matter what champion Surdy's on, right? Like, if Izo's going to default to this Maokai, to the Sejuani that he likes to play, maybe an Urgot potentially in the makings here, he's got to get a free lane regardless, right? So pinching Aaron's champion pool, really putting some of that load onto Enthralled and saying, hey, we're going to give you the advantageous bot 2v2 matchup. Let's see if you guys can cook.
But this is going with what Sherv has been saying this whole time. Talia. They're banning the ADCs and saying whether or not you want to B1 this Talia or not, because they've taken away 3 powerful marksmen already. We've only seen the 3 so far in this series, so it will be SLU opting for that B1 Talia, Sherv.
Yeah, it's not a surprise, right? You're going to take away three marksmen away from SLU. What's the next power pick here, right? I think they're okay going with any of the marksmen going that are going to be available to them. Ooh. So yeah, Talia, it makes a lot of sense here. Could we see Orianna Nocturne? That'd be pretty interesting.
That could be. We have seen the RBM play that Nocturne already. Also should be. I'd see the smoke from those eggs. Are they still cooking?
Yeah. They're still cooking down here. Don't worry. I'll eat them later when we get into a break after maybe game 3. I'll chomp on them. And here's the Zeri that's kind of come out from Enthralled. So banning away some of these more lane-dominant AD carries to pick the Zeri up is really nice. There still is a couple AD carries in the pool that can definitely punish. This is the other pick that was going to come out. I'm surprised that Northwood opted in for Zeri and blinding it into what is going to be the Vi here. And Magical, this does open up the SkyTech Vi.
Oh, and the Camille blocked in by Surdy, laying down the gauntlet, saying, yeah, you don't have anything, Izo, that can compare to my Camille. I got this easy. You left it open. I don't care if it's blind. We are going for it. Oh, man, this is exciting. We get Enthralled Zeri. We get Surdy's Camille. Sure, which one are you more excited about?
I'm excited more for the Zeri, specifically just because they have a bigger team fight impact. Obviously, we know what Surdy can do on the Camille. Poppy hasn't been banned. Could be potentially be picked there. Maybe, would help from Camille being able to dash in and out off the wall. But again, it's a signature pick for Surdy. He knows how to. He's incredibly talented. He knows how to play almost every matchup on it. So it's going to be tough to try and give him a signature champion and then play better than him on it. So, but from
Poppy.
the side of Northwood, I am very excited to see Enthralled on Zeri, just to see how they do perform in these team fights.
Poppy. Izo,
Yeah.
Poppy. Izo, quick talk, Poppy. Cool, Poppy. I just want to see Poppy here. I think Poppy's good. Guys, Poppy?
Someone say Poppy?
Someone say Poppy?
I think Poppy, hey, it's still open. Malphite has been banned. And looking at this game, in fact, we have a cool little thing from Hawks and Grapes in the Discord where they said last time Northwood and Slew played each other, Enthralled got a pentakill on Zeri. Ooh. But the problem is, it was immediately countered by Surdy's Camille. So, Izo going for Renekton instead, going more for the Bruiser. While we talk about Izo being this good tank player, there are a couple of these Bruisers that he does pilot very well as well. Set is a big one, and then Renekton, while we get Caitlyn locked in for Aaron.
Caitlyn Lux potentially coming in. I said there were some combos that were still available. Lane bullies Aaron on this. Caitlyn screams bullying here. Let's see if they're going to look to go. The Caitlyn Lux that we mentioned. And that is so good. The long-range laser to follow up on the Vi ultimate, on the Camille ultimate. It is very disgusting. Enthralled is not going to have a fun time on this Zeri.
No, not at all. And this is why I do like this Nocturne as the final lock-in for Northwood. We're talking about that combination that it has with Orianna, but turning off the lights and making it a little bit more difficult to line up those skill shots, especially for Aaron and SkyTake. Of course, ace in the hole, point and click, but not being able to click on your target in the first place is going to be detrimental. I look at this draft, and honestly, I do like this better from Northwood. The problem is purely the fact that you have Darkwings back on Talia and Surdy on Camille here, Sheriff.
Yeah, I can understand the rationale of banning, through 3 marksmen first rotation, but you're still giving up Talia at that point, which is really difficult.
Yeah.
It's shown that you can't really perform against it as a team. Might be something that you might want to take off the table. I do like the fact that Reppy is going for the Orianna. They're trying to go for Ori Nocturne in this, just because it does give them that pick potential as soon as they do hit 6. And then obviously the Zeri and Enthralled. Enthralled's very proficient on the champion, so it's going to be interesting to see how they perform as well. I don't like this top lane matchup at all.
It's going to be tough. Tough.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough again for Izo. Again, Poppy, but they feel like the Renekton's the better pick. It's a bridge champion to kind of get them from the mid game to the late game with Zeri. That's completely fine, right? However, I don't think that Surdy Camille. You know what I mean? It's really tough. It's really, really tough.
But this is where I will say I do like the Renata for Clyde here. I think that is something that you talk about a bridge champion for the top side of the map. But Renata, I feel like, is always a bridge champion at any point of the game because a good bailout, especially if Surdy is attacking that backline, getting on Enthralled, well, now bailed out, gets still that damage put out, could survive and possibly throw it right back at Slew. There are these potentials for Northwood, and we've seen in the last 2 games that they've had moments of brilliance. The biggest problem has been that Slew have just been stronger at many more of those opportunities, Shibby. And being game 3, your backs are up against the wall as Northwood. This is your chance. You've got top 4. You now have the reverse sweep. We've seen so many reverse sweeps in CLOL. But now you got to start your journey here, Shibby. And do you think that is possible against a team like Slew?
Enthralled's got to get out of lane, right? Like, he's got to get out of lane and be A-okay, like, on CS. The Caitlyn Lux, and then coming out of that after 14 minutes, it's like, it's like a gauntlet, right? Now you have to go against Surdy Camille, Vi Winnie, right? And, by the way, Darkwings, again, on one of his best champions on the Talia. It's really rough for Northwood to play this game. Enthralled and Clyde are going to have a highlight of a game here to really kind of put emphasis on, like, hey, you can keep us down, you can keep us out, but we'll still come in here. The nice saving grace is that you do have that Orianna Nocturne combo. You can kind of get a pick at a moment's notice here, say, hey, these guys are caught out, they don't have flash, let's just go, let's snap, do the decision making, and see if they can get the kill here. But yeah, Surdy Camille is crazy. I think SLU has gotten a lot of their best champions, and the Caitlyn Lux lane is just so brutal to navigate for Zeri Renata.
Sure, you feeling the same as Shibby on this one? You're saying that SLU is going to take this game handedly?
Yeah, I want there to be a series, right? I want it to be, super competitive. But when you just look at the drafts, it's very, very difficult for Northwood. Northwood has to almost play a near perfect early game for this to go anywhere. Like, if they come out of this laning phase and they're down 2,500-3,000 gold by 14 minutes, just like they were in the last two games, we're going to have a 3-0 on our hands, right? But if there is, they're able to get a pick onto Aaron Skytech early on the, on the Nocturne Ori combo when they hit 6. If they're able to make sure that, they could potentially punish Surdy on an early gank from Nocturne, like, you never know, right? Obviously, Nocturne wants to farm and hit 6 and then impact the map, but you can't let Surdy play for free again, right? Especially in a matchup that he's going to be proficient in and that he's used to playing. Like, Camille Renekton is, it's a common matchup, so it's something where, he's obviously probably played it hundreds and hundreds of times to a point where he's going to be proficient enough to just be like, I know how to play this. This is going to be easy for me. And he's going to end up coming out of lane with, hundreds, and if not thousands of gold lead.
Well, it's all dependent on how Northwood play this game. Backs up against the wall. They have exactly one game left that they can lose. They've got to keep winning from here on out if they want to continue this miraculous journey in CLOL. Game 3, SLU up 2-0 to the ultimate underdog story that we've ever seen in collegiate League of Legends history.
The best losers bracket run versus the best underdog story coming to a clash here. And right now, the underdog plot armor is losing as SLU are going to go down into this bottom half of this lane here to scope any shenanigans out here, maybe looking for a potential lane swap, right? That would be really nice. I mean, getting Enthralled and Clyde out of that lane. Oh. Yeah, they're going the deep wards. They're going for deep vision to spot out a potential lane swap.
Yeah, and so they know that everyone was putting down pressure onto that bottom side, especially because there was nobody that they spotted out when they ventured into the jungle. And I don't think that SLU actually really spotted that out either. So even though they do have that ward placed right outside of the blue buff, they've kept Aaron and Skytech on this bottom quadrant to see if there's going to be the lane swap. And only now they're probably going to realize, oh, something's fishy here.
Yeah, where's their bot lane? Where are these guys? And
this is a smart call from Northwood, honestly, against Surdy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, Aaron and Skytech are going to do Aaron and Skytech things, right? Caitlyn Lux is going to abuse either of these guys, and Iso on the Renekton can still be relevant. He's going to be a stun bot pretty much, but that defensive ward that you mentioned, Magical, from Northwood, has allowed them to spot out that early aggression. And Surdy, he's just kind of walking around doing nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, only now realizing the play a little bit too late, so maybe he can fight and skirmish around these Raptors, but the fact that Iso is there to defend them, saying, nope, this is our camp, you get out of here, you got to get yourself into that bot lane, and Camille really is thirsting for some of those gold, some of those minions early on, when she is going to struggle with not having the levels necessary to fight against Iso.
Yeah, really, really nice coming out from Northwood here, successfully executing that lane swap. Now it's going to be the game of counter swapping, the musical chairs that we talk about. Magical here. Let's see if they can actually look to potentially, counter the recall that's going to come out from Aaron and Skytech, right? Let's see if they're going to slow push it or if they're going to hard push. That's interesting because Iso's not going to TP down to this wave just yet. He's just going to keep roaming up with his jungler. And so right now, it's a 2v0 for both of these bot lanes.
Yeah, and that is why we see that Aaron is starting to get solo experience in this bot lane. They've sent up Skytech to just get this Caitlyn in a perfect position to really start scaling. And all the while, Northwood attacking this top lane turret. One plate will be picked up by them early into the game. And this continues to favor Northwood. Personally, looking at this one, because you have Surdy on this Camille, something that does need to get some of this gold early into the game to start really dominating the Renekton.
And they're late on the push, although they are going to be able to do a lot more damage because of the way turret plating works and the way fortification works. Like, they were a little late. They're going to deny a bunch here. Does Iso TP onto this? He has to know that there's 4 people here. If he TPs and dies, it's done, right? It's useless.
Exactly. You don't do that. That's such a big minion wave there. You're letting that one go. You're okay. You'll walk down there if you have to. Let the wave get thinned out by the turret. Yes, you're losing out on some experience as Renekton, but so is the Camille. So is Surdy. And that's far more important.
RBM is on vision here, so he's not going to be able to get a gank off onto Darkwing. So with that knowledge that they know RBM is here, Camille or Surdy might TP to that top side as there's nobody there. They're going to look to walk Iso into this lane. Renata's already coming down. Clyde is looking for the assist here. It's interesting leaving the Zeri up there. I'm surprised that Surdy hasn't actually TP'd back up. There's no threat of a dive.
But now they're realizing Clyde's there to flash away, but Clyde in a bad spot. Handshake, getting the stun. A little bit of damage thrown back onto Clyde with the kill Peacemaker, but nobody's killed just yet. More damage thrown down by Reppy. Channeling the Vault Breaker, getting away from the minions. But the minions are getting held off by Slew. They land the light binding, but guess who's here? RBM forcing out the hook shot away from Surdy to survive. Oh, so they get the first blood, the snipe there! How did they get the kill on Iso? I'm not even sure. As now we're getting everyone in this bot lane. It's a party. They've sent Darkwings down here. The only one who's not been invited is Enthralled, as he is staying home, getting as many plates in the top lane as he can, as Slew take control of the bottom quadrant of the map with Clyde stuck underneath this turret.
Iso's TP back. Surdy just recalled here. He's going to TP to that top side here.
Ooh, light binding connect. Handshake as well. Seismic Shove does land onto the Crocodile, trying to slice him next way, but there's so much damage put down by Slew. Another kill onto the Croc.
Ooh, and that lane swap that you wanted, the ability to get Surdy down in levels, well, you've just traded that over with 2 kills. Gifted over. Iso, 2 deaths here. 1 onto Vi, 1 onto the Lux. Clyde is in a lot of trouble.
Light banding, flash away. Almost. I think if the headshot had been prepped there from Aaron, probably would have been a kill. Enough damage, but Clyde will barely survive. Flash has been blown. And all this is working Slew's way, as you were talking about, Shibby. This is all instigated by Northwood, and they did not come out ahead.
Surdy still has Ignite. There's still kill pressure, kill threat up here if Winnie wants to come up and really just ruin Iso's day, right? There is a potential for a dive here. Nocturne RBM is on the top side. He is potentially going to cover it. Let's see if he sticks around or he looks to relieve some of that pressure. But overall, the lane stop shenanigans happening. Slew up 1.5 thousand gold after it's all said and done.
But I do want to see how much gold Enthralled has, because Enthralled was not a part of those fights at all, and he barely has a lead. That's the devastating thing, is that they had kept Enthralled in that top side to get those plates, to get the gold, and he is up 100. That is it.
It's rough, too, because for RBM, you really want to try to cycle your camps. I like that Clyde is up here to cover this, but will he get there in time?
Looking for the bailout. Does land that. They get the stun on Surdy. It is going to be straight top laners, both dying. Now Winnie, realizing they can't fight against Clyde underneath this turret. The handshake could have locked him down for too long. So 1 for 1. Honestly, Northwood, you're okay with that cleanse from Enthralled in the bot lane. Piltover Peak to the face. But looking at Slew, even though that play looked good at first, the fact that it's a 1 for 1 is going to help out Northwood just a little bit.
Good from Clyde here, although Winnie is going to be able to pick up these grubs. I don't know if RBM is going to trade the dragon necessarily. We already see Darkwings on the roam here.
Nah, they want RBM's level 6, I think.
Yeah, they need to. They need to rush this, and that's what happens when you get these lane swaps going. RBM's tempo, his cycling of camps, they're actually going to look to trade this. They suspect that when he's on this, can he get that final grub? Whoa!
Oh, wait, he's going to notice that. No, he went for the Scuttle Crab, and now realizes that Winnie was in the pit the whole time. Vault Breaker over. Clyde nearby. They could even send up Reppy if they need to. He's already starting to path up, but it's a level 7 Talia who can rotate a lot faster. Stun onto 1. Winnie gonna be the target. Vault Breaker not body blocked by Iso. Nice flash from Winnie to survive. While the slice and dice back in. See how little damage Iso does this early into the game.
And they get out with nothing. Unfortunately, RBM doesn't pick up any grubs. Northwood do not get anything, and now Darkwings, a little bit of mana in his pockets. Let's see if they look for something.
Just going to be a spell shield there from RBM. Only level 5. That's the big thing we were talking about. Needing level 6 as Nocturne. That's the only way this is going to work for Northwood is you get level 6 for Nocturne and you find some good picks early that gets you relieved from this pressure that you put yourselves in. That now Aaron has a CS lead. All this gold that you wanted to gift over to Enthralled and now gone to the other side as RBM Was he spotted out? I don't know.
They saw him.
Winnie, Skytech nearby. There's going to be the Krugs taken. The nice spell shield trying to body block over the wall. It was the fear still connecting. And now that Reppy's here, they are actually getting the flash forward.
Okay.
Wave onto 2. A lot of damage onto Winnie, but this entire time they're getting the damage onto Clyde with the flash coming in with the Sonda and getting the kill onto Skytech. They try to re-engage. It's a 2-for-1, making it even. They're looking for that kill. It's going to be SLU throwing it back at Northwood, saying, if what you can do, I can do just as well.
All the meanwhile, Enthralled has been getting some sweet, sweet alone time in that bottom lane with those minions. Enthralled not really feeling the pain and pressure of the Caitlyn Lux lane, but because that bottom tier 1 has already been taken out so early on to the game, Aaron and Skytech can just move around with the rest of SLU and win these fights 5v4, right? 2 kills do go over to Northwood, which is really good. 2 of them going on to Reppy, this big carry that is going to hit really hard once that Nocturne Ori combo comes in. But, I mean, SLU just have gotten the better of this, and they're 2.5 thousand gold ahead at the 9.5 minute mark on a full press composition like SLU.
And you know who's going to hurt real bad soon? Aaron. Aaron has gotten so many plates, all this turret gold.
Yep.
And I just don't know what you're going to do at this point. Normally, this is the time you can attack the Caitlyn, but you're going to get attacked in the top lane as Surdy showing how good he is on this Camille. The flash from Izo. That ignite that was ticking could have been a solo bolo, but he had the flash and barely will get out with his life.
You've got a Caulfield Hammer up against Phage Sheen. You're never winning that as Renekton, unfortunately. And, you know, Sherv brought up a good point, talking about Surdy's probably played this matchup thousands of times. He's played against Niles Renekton, right? Like, probably one of the best in NACL. So Izo Renekton, unfortunately don't think that can compare, and he's just been running this lane right now, and those early deaths as well doesn't give Izo any of that gold, any of that power that he can contest with Surdy on this Camille here. Saving Grace, Reppy, 2-0 on the Orianna. Enthralled has had some nice alone time, like we said, on this area. He's been allowed to kind of farm.
Winnie?
As Winnie
Found himself in a bad spot trying to defend that control ward, but we'll get out of there, as you said. Especially looking at what is to play for. Dragon still up and available for either team. It is going to be Winnie trying to secure control with the help of the Scuttle Crab. They are going to go. Oh, no, I don't think they're going for it just yet. Scuttle Crab first, and now Northwood rotating, but spotted out the entire journey into this river. And with Darkwings on the other side, they could collapse if they want to, but they're holding off for now.
They were looking for that Orianna Nocturne combo onto Aaron and Skytech. Luckily, it was spotted out. Good warding coming out from Skytech here. And I think just throughout the series, SLU have just done a really good job lighting up Northwood's jungle, right? Not giving them any opportunities to flank on Vision, flank in Fog of War. And that's really been the difference maker for SLU to make these calculated decisions. The information that SLU has been able to get throughout this whole series has been vital for them to move around the map and just fight Northwood when they don't expect it.
And we saw how much damage Surdy is still doing to Izo's Renekton there. Forcing it. Oh, he was hoping to be getting a recall there for the Renekton because they have TP and could have gotten back towards this fight. But the fact that you already saw that Aaron, Skytech were rotating on the Grubs, as Izo. I don't think you're in a good spot. Slice and dice. One. Vault Breaker. Dominus.
Oh my.
Walking down. Finding that snipe from downtown.
Oh, what a composition coming out from SLU, right? Once the lockdown comes in, you throw the Caitlyn ultimate over the top there, icing on the cake here. And yeah, a lot was invested in that top side that does allow Northwood to pick up this dragon relatively free. I don't think Winnie and the rest of the gang can really contest this.
I think they're okay with it. I mean, they're going to get 6 grubs. Honestly, this is the consolation prize for Northwood. The fact they're getting that. They get 6 grubs. Aaron, more plates. This Caitlyn, 2-0. Yeah, you're like, okay, that's not that great. Same CS as Enthralled. But then you look at the gold, how much has been allocated to Aaron. He's already got the Kraken Slayer. He might be able to get a second item here in a minute's time after taking this turret.
Oh, they're going to look to dive Surdy. They need to do something here.
But Surdy, you talked about it before. He's played this matchup so many times. He knows this Camille inside and out better than anyone in Collegiate. They get a little bit of damage. Paranoia locking down, waiting it out, pulled back in, goes for the ultimatum, locking in RBM, as it is going to be a trade of 1-for-1. They get the crash down. They do pick up the kill. It's 2 dead for SLU in the spot lane. Nice dive for the side of Northwood, but it's traded for the top tier 2. Tier 1.
Ooh, Northwood get the buy one, get one free, right? It's like, oh, that's the extra chicken nugget after the 10-piece. Like, Darkwing's just TP'd in and tried to save Surdy there, but unfortunately gives his life away as well. That's a nice chunk of change going over to Northwood here, and Enthralled picking up some plates as well. We talked about Caitlyn, we talked about Aaron already at the Kraken Slayer plus Zeal, but Zeri is eventually going to outvalue this Caitlyn, and with that first dragon going so late, Northwood can drag this out long enough.
And Enthralled getting that first item, so it'll be on an even footing against Aaron at the moment. Well, this tier 1 mid, pretty low. Flash in, out of nowhere, cease and desist, another ace in the whole landing, as the bailout won't help out, or will the turret do it? It's going to be a 1-for-1 with Clyde, helping make sure that they don't lose too much, but this turret should still fall for SLU taking it.
Should be on this next wave. Aaron and Skytech should be here. RBM does not have that Nocturne ultimate available. This should go down, and so all the tier 1 turrets, 14 minutes in, SLU have knocked every single one, and realistically, Aaron has been the beneficiary of all that gold. Look how far ahead he is, 7,300! The dude is sitting on a mountain of gold.
Exactly, he's become a dragon in this game with how much gold he is hoarding in this game. They got that massive lead. Aaron is going to have 2 items. And you talk about like Caitlyn not scaling as well as Zeri, but Caitlyn still is really good once you get 2-3 items. You have all this damage from range, and someone like Zeri is going to be low range, has to kind of play up into the range of Aaron. And when you have Skytech around you the entire time, one good light binding onto Zeri, you're dead meat.
Yeah, light binding, trap, headshot, you're done, right? It is really, really rough. Enthralled, now he's going to feel the pain. Surdy is here. Skytech is here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to look for a play here. We already see Darkwings coming in. Doesn't have the Weaver's Wall available, but should be able to get here pretty quickly.
In the slow, a little bit of damage on Enthralled. As you said, Darkwings right there in the wings. There's going to be the Rift Herald falling, and with that notification, SLU will know they don't have that jungle initiation to back them up, so they have to be careful. Be wary as Purity goes back into for the dive. They get the cleanse, but it's going to be the ultimatum landing, and this is the problem. You got to bail. Can you get a dive? You're going to be able to serve 5. Enthralled still alive. Hostile takeover connecting onto 1. Darkwings could have been the target. They got the zap. Looking for Skype. Not this time around. Skytech. It's going to be the 1 for none. Northwood, they're too low, though, to continue this pressure. They have to run for the hills. All the while, Aaron and Witty are just pushing mid lane. They might be able to take this tier 2. Well, Izo can do nothing. Dominance pop. Ace in the hole, trying to heal up, but they try to get at least the goal of the mid. Flashing away. Lock him down. It's going to be Witty, though. Picking up the kill underneath and right between tier 2 and tier 3.
Izo tried his hardest, and they're going to get the tier 2. Aaron once again picking up the gold. RBM! That's a Caitlyn with insane range!
Yeah, 2 items as well. That Phantom Dancer to get that movement speed and get away. Trying to catch up, but Skytech in the wings to help out. Landing one more headshot onto RBM. They could have had Winnie look for the re-engage, but with Enthralled there, I think it's going to be a good call from SLU to back off.
And it doesn't matter that SLU give 1 away. They get so much more on the map. They have been moving this Caitlyn down, similar or akin to like a Tristana or a Jinx, where you just mow turrets down consistently. They've gotten mid-tier 2. Caitlyn or Aaron, once he takes this recall, is going to be on his like next item, probably really close to it right now, and Enthralled on the Static Shiv, just nowhere near the power that SLU is at the moment.
And this is why Clyde was trying to cancel some of the recalls there, because they want to keep Aaron on the Rift, not spending that gold as much time as possible. 30 seconds until the Dragon will spawn, and Northwood, this has kind of got to be their play now, is collect these dragons to make up for the deficit they find now, because this is a composition that does scale with an Orianna and a Zeri, but you got to get there in the first place. This is what we were talking about before the game started.
That's rough, right? Because once Aaron picks up that Infinity Edge, which I'm assuming he's working towards at the moment, he's going to be popping RBM, popping Reppy or Enthralled very, very quickly in these fights, right? The lockdown comes in, another turret going down. Tier 2 turrets all taken down 17 and a half minutes in. I feel like this is the fastest 6 turrets we've ever seen.
I think so too. That's incredible from SLU. The macro play is moving around the map, showing why these players are in the NACL to begin with. but it's going to be the handshake connecting. That's a paranoia shockwave. It connects under the support, though. They get the kill on a Sky-Tech, and all the while, they actually get the pick onto Winnie, too. But they got to place the whole body block. Clyde taking the damage with a lot on the enthralled, but he has to get the shield and get out of there. They got the 2 picks, but they are still low. RBM doesn't really want to fight this ball. He's getting sturdy, diving eyes all the way by the inhibitor turret, but no ultimatum to come. Instead of waiting for the team to start collapsing, these recalls are necessary. Northwood are in a bad spot here against SLU, who are continuing this push 3 strong to deny them getting any alleviation on the map. It's a hostile takeover, not hitting Surdy. They're diving into the inhibitor, but it's an ultimate landing on Enthralled as they get away, but Enthralled flashing, surviving, they get the kill. Aaron is the monster. He's been gifted everything in this game, and he looks to topple Northwood at every step of the way. RBM, nowhere to go. Wrong way city. And with Sturdy on top of you, you're going to be really big dead in this fight.
Oh, and Aaron with the 6 grubs here. The Void Might spawning, the damage, the gold like you mentioned. He is slapping them with the wallet. Aaron feeling so confident right now.
He's got a 700 gold bounty on his head. If they could kill Aaron, this would be huge for Northwood, but they can't get anywhere near him.
Well protected, well guarded, and the range coming out from this Caitlyn. It's almost as if Northwood fell into the waiting hands of SLU. Once the Zeri got locked in, the Caitlyn Lux immediately put in on B4 and B5. This is very, very well played from SLU here. This draft, we talked about how is it playable for Northwood? Can they do anything magical? I think the question's been very firmly answered.
But Northwood aren't giving up. They can't give up. This is their final option. They have to make something work on this map, or they're going to get swept by SLU, knocked out of CLOL. The heroic journey that they've been on, the anime protagonist arc could end here, but they will get their second dragon. Some comeback gold over for Northwood.
Bounty gold coming in. Still 6,000 gold ahead for SLU. Baron is up, and they might just pull it. They have to look for it. They've got to find something here for Northwood here. Even if they know the Baron's being taken, they've got to take a fight. They've got to get the Wombo combo specifically onto Aaron. He goes down, it's winnable.
Dark Wings, threatening, but just threatening the backline at the moment. All 5 members of SLU now peeling back. I don't think they want the Baron just yet. They want to bait in a fight. That's what they're really looking for, because Shelly getting at least some attention from Reprogate in this top lane.
Shelly, the distraction arrow being placed down. Surdy, though. Hunting.
He wants that kill. He definitely wants to kill Reppy. Understanding that Reppy was going to look for the rotation, and now ultimatum on top of him. Shockwave does not get you away from Surdy. This guy's a legend for a reason on that Camille. And the rest of SLU peeling back. Hostile takeover connecting, but they ace in the hole, doing a lot of damage to Clyde.
Okay.
But they don't care. They got the kill onto Reppy. They can peel back and take the Genji Baron buff for themselves.
20 seconds until the TP, probably 20, 25, 30 seconds until that Orianna ball is ready. The Wombo combo not there. Let's see if RBM can do it. Can he get the steal? Can he prolong the game just a little bit longer? Paranoia is up.
25%. They're going for it. They shot out the lights. They don't get the smite secure. Winnie does not have the flip there. They might have been wild cards in NACL, but here they're all-stars. SLU chasing down Northwood. A cease and desist on Enthralled. And how do you escape from Surdy? The answer is, even with a ballot, you don't. They follow you all the way through. Triple kill for Surdy. Enthralled over the turret, but Surdy wants more. He wants all the kills. The slow and then Darkwings making sure there's no escape. It's a killing spree. This is going to be an ace. Clean for SLU. Clean sweep all the way through with Northwood not contending against them. The Titans from St. Louis ending this game. They've got Aaron in the base already. TP's utilized. They want it now. They want it never. They want to win this forever and ever against Northwood. They beat you before in a 3-0. They'll do it again now. SLU will not be denied a top 3 spot, and they want that revenge against UST to come through here in CLOL with a nice kill. 1-4 on a Reppy as they end the game in the series.
22.5-minute victory. Cinderella story crushed The pumpkin has turned back. The clock has struck midnight. And SLU have a very hot date waiting with UST. The rematch tomorrow. St. Louis University, they came to play. They came to play.
They didn't come to play. They came to win. There's a difference there. They did not let up any pressure against Northwood there. They 3-0'd them last time. We thought this is a different Northwood. They were looking so good leading up to this one, but they met their final counters. The ultimate lower bracket run still continuing for SLU. They are not done with this one, but we are going to toss to a break. When we come back, we'll have an interview that will get ready here with the victorious St. Louis University. So don't go anywhere. Hello, hello. Welcome back into the Collegiate Broadcast here. We got the victorious SLU 3-0 stomp here against the ultimate underdog story, but you guys have the ultimate lower bracket run. So I got to ask, first and foremost, how does it feel to get that 3-0?
It feels really good. I think we definitely, we started off the tournament pretty bad against UST. We've definitely, improved a lot in this last week. So it's, feels really good. Our practice has been going well. And the vibes have been good. And
I can't hear you, Aaron. You got to unmute on Discord. They could hear you, but I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Sorry. But, the scrims have been going well. Obviously, we got shit on by, or we got destroyed by UST, our first game in top 8. But, I mean, we've definitely improved a lot. It was, it was definitely, good to see that we got fucked early, so we could just know that we need to scale for the tournament.
You're moving a bit too, and it's disconnecting the mic now, so I can only hear every other word.
All right, yeah, I'm happy for the win. Yay!
Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to hear. You're happy for the win. So looking at that game 3, especially, I gotta say, you picked the Caitlyn, and they tried to lane swap, so you got all the gold. I mean, that's got to just feel so free at that point, right?
Yeah, I love Caitlyn, especially from Arcane. She's really pretty. And I just like Caitlyn. And I also used to be a Caitlyn one-trick, so I got to pull it out this last game, and SkyTech believed, and the whole team believed in the K-Lux, so yeah.
I got to say, though, SkyTech, where was the Vi support? Ask him where that was. I was waiting for it the whole series.
He was waiting for the Vi support. He's asking why no Vi support.
That's in the archives.
He said it's in the archives, but we might pull it out in Boise, Idaho. Hey.
All right, yeah, and that's what I was about to ask you. You guys got 3-0 to buy UST the last time you guys faced off against them. You got any words to say against them? Because you will be meeting up tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not a big trash talk guy, but this guy probably has something to say to UST. But all I have to say is we're a different team. Obviously the 3-0 makes it look like we're just gonna get ran, but nah. I think this whole last 2 weeks we've had a lot of practice and we took it a lot more serious, and I think we are just gonna go to Boise. So yeah, hey.
All right. So ask Serty what kind of trash talk he's got for me.
Anything to say to UST tomorrow, boys? Anyone?
Just a jet thing. Oh, he's getting it. He's loading up. He's loading up.
Oh.
I kicked half of you out of NACL, and I'm going to kick the rest of you out of CLOL.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's go.
Let's
go.
He cut out.
Say it again.
He cut out. No, it's just so awkward.
It's so awkward.
All right, restart. All right, go.
Restart. Refresh. Say it louder. You got to project.
All right. Go closer to the mic.
Okay.
You got to get close to the mic.
Hello. I kicked half of your team
Still
out of
can't
NACL,
hear you. Closer.
And I'm going to kick the... Bro,
All right, go closer.
Close. No.
Get in there.
Hello.
Get in there.
Test, 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Good?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, it's good. Go.
Yeah.
Okay. I kicked half of your team out of NACL, and I'm going to kick the other half out of CLOL.
Hey, let's go.
See, I love this. I'm going to say, you guys go celebrate. Congratulations on the 3-0. We'll see you tomorrow against USC.
Bro,
I'm going to bring back in Sherv and Shibby here for this one. Thank you, guys. Go take care. Go celebrate. And so, Sherv, Shibby, we see a 3-0. They're confident about tomorrow. And after how they played today, I'd feel pretty confident too, Sherv.
I'd be confident as well, right? There's no reason for them to not be confident. Obviously, 3-0s is always good. However, UST is a drastically different team than they face against Northwood today. You can't simply hands check, and I believe there's going to be way more different draft adaptations versus a team like UST than SLU had to prepare for today. Not to say they can't do it. However, the mountain gets definitely steeper tomorrow for them.
All right, Shibby. This is a possibility. We have the ultimate lower bracket run tomorrow if SLU can take down at UST. What are your thoughts on that series going forward?
I think that the series is very good. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. I think it's gonna be a crazy lower bracket run here. SLU. I've just been beating the demons, right? And I think if they can beat UST, right, they can come back, even if it's a 3-2, 3-1. UST have had time to kind of prepare. They've watched this game, but I don't think SLU has given too much away, right? They've given some pocket picks, but realistically, I think it's going to be a really close series. I think the SLU we're seeing today and the slew that we've seen the past couple of weeks is not the same slew that faced UST in that round of 16, round of 8 matchup that we saw, though. I think it's going to be really cool. The last 3 teams remaining, we get some fun. We either get the Runback slew UST Maryville, or we get the Maryville slew Runback from North Final. Like, there's so much salty Runbacks coming in here on the Salty Runback Twitch channel.
Exactly. And let's look at that bracket now that it has been updated and we have our team moving forward. St. Louis against St. Thomas. I'm really excited about that one. Oh, I went to the wrong screen. It's okay. Here, we'll wait a second. But looking at this bracket moving forward, and the thing is, like you said, Shibby, this is not the same slew that faced off against St. Thomas last time. This is the team that took down Ole Miss in a 3-2 reverse sweep. This is the team that dominated Winthrop. This is the team that dominated Northwood. They have so much momentum going into this matchup. And with USD having gotten reverse swept themselves by Maryville, I don't know how this matchup really will work for USD with all the things working. The whole arc is now building up to St. Louis, getting to the grand final, Sherv.
Absolutely, and no one can sleep on Winston Harold, okay? He is an incredibly talented jungler. He, obviously he has the solo lanes to support him, but it will come down to a lot of this jungle matchup. And I will reference, when Winston hit number 1 on the NA rank ladder, he did an AMA on Twitter, and I will bring it up. The number 1 jungler that he liked to play against, Kenvi, and he was free LP. In Winston's words himself on Reddit. So make sure to look out for that matchup tomorrow. It's going to be an absolute banger of a series. The bot lanes are going to be smashing. The top lanes are going to be crashing. It's going to be unbelievable to watch. I know I'll be sitting back with my popcorn and just admiring the awesomeness of this Collegiate League of Legends.
And speaking of awesomeness, here in CLOL, we do want to thank all our awesome people out there because we have our games that we're going to have come up tomorrow. We were talking about them a lot. We already know it's USC versus SLU, but I want to give a big shout out to everyone who has helped out with the broadcast, donating on the GoFundMe. And if you want to help out, there's the link on screen in order to take you there. Helps us out, helps us bring these games to you all, like Gen G and Ole Miss being sponsors here that have helped us to bring CLOL to your screens. And we also want to give a quick shout out to our donators here, our 100 and up donators on the GoFundMe. So we got Raz there with 500. We're just going to run through those. He's not going to say the exact amount. We got Garrett. We got Benton Patterson. We have JT. We have Tiza. We have Greg there and helping out. Polestar. We have Sonder Howe. We have Shonatonen. Clarkey. We have Powell Weissman. Manny Sanchez. Colomer. Gordo. Yanni. Slayer. Hey, we have a familiar face on this one, Shibby. We have Angie, we have Quacks, and we have Beatdown as well. And Shibby, do you have the list in front of you? You can take over from here?
Oh, I don't have the list.
No, he doesn't. Okay, cool. I just realized that now. That's why I stopped, because this is normally where we throw over to the other one. But that's why I'm like, wait a minute. I realize you probably don't have it. I'll continue. So we got Dakar, we have Ian, we have Kyle, we have Ray, we have Aaron, we have Alan, Peter, Andrew, Tiffany, we have Beverly, and we have Josh all helping out as well. Thank you, everybody, for helping us to bring these games to your screen and allow us to show everyone Collegiate League of Legends. We have one more day before we have the grand finals in Boise. One more series, and it could be it will be a last for one of them. Either the defending champions will get knocked out, or SLU, the ultimate bracket run, will end tomorrow. Only one way to find that out, and that is getting there. But we have to wait until tomorrow, unfortunately. So everybody, thank you so much. And thank you to the production for helping us put this on. Again, big shout out to everyone behind the screens. I got my names up here as well. We got Shibby, we got Adam, we got Caddy, we got Surf. Everyone helping out, bringing these games to you all. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here, Sherv and Shibby. Any last words before we end the day?
You better follow me on Twitter, everybody watching. I get clowned on every day because my follower account is solo. You don't understand. The casters make fun of me. Y'all better follow me and follow everybody else.
Now, see, this is the problem. This is what you do, Shibby. Everyone should unfollow me and go follow Shibby. That's what we need to do.
No.
Give them all the follows there. So that's how you do it. All right, but sure. Anything you want to say before we leave?
Ultimately, adding a double elimination bracket has been an absolute blessing for CLOL.
Yes.
We wouldn't have these storylines, and we wouldn't have this type of an event without the double elimination bracket. Huge shout out to the Salty Runback team for putting this all together. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on as a guest. Definitely an honor. And yeah, I'm super excited for tomorrow. So make sure you tune in, set your alarms, and be there.
Exactly. I know I will. I want to see how this last best of 5 before we go to Boise will be who's going to join Maryville in the grand finals. Only one way to find that out, and that is going to sleep now and just sleeping the whole day so we can actually watch the game. So everybody, I'm going to go do that. You have a good night, and see you later.